Yellowstone National Park.
Keep hot pot for the dinner table. A 23-year-old man who died in Yellowstone Park last summer was allegedly trying to find a place to soak in the area's natural hot springs. Portland, Oregon man Colin Scott was killed on June 7th when his body dissolved in the boiling acidic waters of a hot spring in the Norris-Geyser Basin. According to the official incident report, Scott's sister Sable filmed the whole thing on her cell phone, but the video has not been released to the public. An official said there are signs in the park that warn visitors not to fool around with its natural geothermal features. But the Scott siblings were allegedly trying to do just that, by looking for a place to take a dangerous dip, known as a hot pot. Sable Scott filmed on her cell phone as her brother checked the water temperature, only to slip and fall into the churning hot spring. Although rescue workers found Colin's body, their efforts were disrupted by a lightning storm, and by the time they got back to the hot spring, the body had dissolved in the water. No citations were issued in connection with the incident. Hot spring-related injuries have claimed at least 22 lives in and around Yellowstone since 1890.
Now that's scary. USA Today reports that a bison attacked a woman last Wednesday morning after it was approached by a crowd. The crowd was walking on a boardwalk close to the bison and was apparently within 10 yards of the animal. When it noticed the people lurking around, it was apparently agitated and it decided to charge toward the crowd. A woman identified as Kim Hancock was gored by the bull, who had reportedly left immediately after attacking Hancock. The Sacramento Bee reports that Hancock was then taken to the hospital by an ambulance after sustaining a hip injury. The Sacramento Bee also reports that this is the third time in a week that animals from Yellowstone have attacked humans. 2 women were reported to have been attacked by the park's female elks earlier this month.
Exchange student gored by bison at Yellowstone Park. A 16-year-old exchange student from Taiwan was gored by a bison at Yellowstone National Park while visiting her host family. The girl was posing for a selfie less than 2 meters from the bison when it suddenly turned and rushed her. The girl was standing with her back to the bison and didn't realize the animal was charging. When park rangers responded, there were several other people on the scene and all less than 10 feet from the bison. The bystanders assisted rangers in moving the girl a safe distance from the bison. The student was later airlifted to an area hospital. Although her injuries are serious, they are not life-threatening. Yellowstone Park Services issued a statement to remind visitors that while there are many animals which roam on park grounds freely, these are still wild animals. Visitors are recommended to stay 20 to 30 meters from wild animals at all times, and being too close may aggravate the animal and spark an attack. Nothing will be done to the bison as it was simply protecting its personal space.
Bear takes a bite out of a cow. This video of a bear attacking a cow went viral after being posted to Facebook. A grizzly bear was caught on camera chasing a cow across a road in Wyoming near Yellowstone National Park, before it eventually caught up to it and naturally mauled the cow to death. That's when Blake Clark, the guy who filmed the video from the safety of his car, began honking his horn. But his attempts to break up the fight weren't exactly successful. Sorry bro, circle of life and all, you just can't stop Mother Nature.
Tourists flee black bears in Yellowstone National Park. Sightseers and a family of black bears had a close encounter last week on a bridge in Yellowstone National Park. Black bears are the most common bears in North America and attacks on humans are rare. But these tourists got a bit more than they bargained for when they happened upon this mama bear and her cubs at Yellowstone National Park. The bears can be seen charging at tourists as they flee the bridge. No one was hurt, but a park specialist told USA Today that the tourists were in danger. Writing on their Facebook page, Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks say the incident serves as a reminder that wildlife can be unpredictable. It's also best not to get too close to killer animals if you're incapable of running.
If Yellowstone blows, it's goodnight Vienna. A volcanic eruption at Yellowstone National Park would be an American natural disaster on a scale that the country has never seen. The event would potentially see millions of casualties and wipe out the West Coast, with its ashfall stretching far beyond US borders. This would cause a volcanic winter, during which widespread starvation would be a threat. According to UN estimates, global food reserves could last only 74 days. Fortunately, the actual chances of that happening are 1 in 730,000, and America's top brains are on the case to stop it from even happening. To preempt such a catastrophe, NASA has developed a plan to drill underneath Yellowstone and pump its magma chamber full of water, extracting the heat. Cooling the magma rock would occur at a rate of 1 meter per year, meaning it could take thousands of years to eliminate the risk of eruption. The cost of NASA's plan is estimated to be $3.5 billion US. However, the space agency expects the clean energy derived from heat extraction would offset this via lower power costs and the creation of geothermal plants. This plan only covers Yellowstone. It doesn't include the other half-dozen supervolcanoes in the USA or the 20 others elsewhere on the planet. But experts say they rarely blow, and Yellowstone only erupts every 600,000 years. And when was the last time it blew? Around 600,000 years ago, give or take a few millennia.
Baby bison dead meat after tourist rescue fail. Aw, isn't he cute? Don't you just want to take him home and cuddle him? But sadly, this little guy is now dead meat thanks to an awful mistake by some well-meaning tourists. A vacationing father and son reportedly picked up the calf while visiting Yellowstone National Park last week. Concerned he was dying from the cold, they put him in the back of their car and drove off to find help. But despite their best intentions, they did more harm than good. Park rangers couldn't reunite the calf with the herd. And the calf was later euthanized because it became a danger to others. Because it had no herd to call its own, it kept approaching people and cars. So, veal anyone? Bon appetit!
$10,000 reward offered to find Yellowstone white wolf killer. A bounty has been laid to track down the poacher who fatally shot a protected and rare white wolf in Yellowstone National Park last month. The 12-year-old wolf, known as the White Lady by tourists and the Yellowstone community, was female alpha of the Canyon Pack wolf pack, the mother of 14 living pups. On April 11th, she was found mortally wounded in the northern area of the park near Gardner, Montana. So damaged by her injuries, park officials had no choice but to euthanize her, sparing her from further suffering. Results of the necropsy conducted reveal she was shot, but the identity and motive of her killer remains a mystery. The National Park Service and wolf advocacy group Wolves of the Rockies have each offered up $5,000 for information leading to the arrest of the persons responsible for her murder. In 1995, wolves were reintroduced to Yellowstone in an effort to restore ecological balance to the animal populations of the park. Officials have not yet commented on why they believe she was targeted, but wolf advocates are aware of the disdain for the park's 100 or so wolves, held by many hunters who take issue with their residency. After all, wolves go after big game animals that hunters like to hunt. The White Lady is survived by her 14 yearlings and her alpha male wolf companion, who she'd been with for more than 9 years. Rest in peace, Mother Wolf. Rest in peace.